on everything, bro. I never told them about no hobos, bro. I'm not in their paperwork or none of that. I did the shooting on everything. They asked me about the hobo leader, and what happened that day. I told them that I seen them coming out of our building. We was into it. They told us that we was into it with him, and I chased his ass down and fired him up. It don't bother, none of this shit bother me, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna protect myself. You know what I'm saying? And if motherfucker come playing, bro, like you gonna be upstairs, man. Just make sure you got some life insurance and shit when you come on everything, bro, cause you're gonna be upstairs. And I'm gonna stand over your ass, and I'm gonna take off your mask and everything you got on. I'm gonna wait there for the law. I'm telling you, I'm gonna wait there for the law. I ain't running to none of that. Y'all seen the newspaper. Niggas trying to kill me. Y'all seen it already. You hear me? So if I go to court, I'm taking it to trial all the way. The jury gonna see this shit. He was in the Sun Times. They been threatening him and all that shit. You know, it's gonna work out in my favor. You know, so I ain't tripping. Yeah, whatever it is, man. I just want the kids to get back to the community, though, bro.
No, for sure. I know you mentioned that was the motivation behind you even cooperating in the case. You know, to a certain extent. I know it's bigger, it's deeper than just a
it's way
case.
deeper. Like, I was thinking about it, bro. Like, nah, I ain't finna do that shit. I ain't finna get up there, bro. Like, nah, bro. Like, you know. But I'm like, shit, this just for duck. People in the community ain't got to be scared of motherfuckers. Like, the civilians. You know what I'm saying? Duck friends saying free these motherfuckers. But if they get out, it's only a couple of them left. They gonna knock them off. You hear me? Like, I think about all this shit. They don't see it, though. Like, how can you say free somebody and then say rest in peace to Duck? You saying free as killers, but then say rest in peace to him. Niggas weird.
Who are you talking about? Who said that?
Like, anybody. All his friends who report about me or say something about me, I wouldn't even say nothing because you look like you embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing on your part. Like, first of all, these your ops who be taking y'all ass out. You hear me? Like, if it was me and I was in the streets and I was playing chess, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I wouldn't be bashing the motherfucker who did it because I wouldn't give a fuck. But I know it's 5 men gone and we ain't got to worry about now. You hear me? Because if they'll do it downtown, imagine what they'll do 2 blocks over. Just think about it. On everything.
And is it? I'm thinking like if they saying free them, they talking about free them so they can get street justice though, right?
I mean, you could say that, but how long have they been out? How long do we gotta wait till it get back? If you was gonna get back, they was out for a year and a half. Duck, walking to the store and crowd showing them, walking on 8 blocks having Subway sandwiches and shit, smoking weed. Like, when is you gonna get back? Like, let's be real with yourself. You hear me? The best get back, man, is justice, man. On everything, justice for all. So you ain't gotta get back. You ain't gotta go out there and slide. You hear me? Let the judge and the jury handle that shit. You ain't got to go and kill your brother. You ain't got to go and slide. But evil people, that's why I say evil people want this shit to keep going. Y'all want to free them and everything so it can keep on going so we can see more generations getting killed, bro. That's all that's going to happen if you free them. Because if you free them, they still got to look. Somebody got to go over there and do something, right? It's somebody that's willing. Probably not his homies, but somebody who love Duck probably willing to do it, right? And then they go over there and lose. And then what I talk about, ain't nobody sending them nothing. Same niggas who saying, you know what I'm saying, sent you over there, ain't gonna send you a quarter. You know? So I don't look at everything as negative, bro. A lot of shit be positive, man. Niggas just don't be knowing it, man. I'm telling you that.
That's real swipe, man. You made a point and you said that the dude making the call wasn't because of the whole 100K bounty. So has that come up in the trial? Or is that even true about the King Von 100K bounty on Duckhead?
Yeah, I don't know about no 100K thing, bro. I don't know about no murders. They never asked me that. Let's get that out the way too.
Talk about it.
They never asked me about no murders. They never asked me about who killed who on no other side, none of that. Only thing I told them is how when I was over there, it wasn't no structure. It wasn't none of that. You hear me? It wasn't none of that, and how I know them. That's all. It wasn't no structure, and how I know these guys. That's what you gonna read. I never told them about no motherfucker none of that. Like, no murders, and y'all be seeing the little shit online. People be overdoing it. He told on some murders. No, I didn't. You got me mixed up with another motherfucker. I didn't.
They had that in the article too, bro.
No, they ain't have it in the article that I told on no murders.
No, they had it in an article that they said that in the Sun Times that you had been a paid informant since I think 2008 or something like that.
No, 2006. It was this cop on the low end, named Watts, and he was extorting people, shaking people down.
A dirty cop.
Dirty cop. You know what I'm saying? And he fucked with the wrong person, bro. Like I ain't like my peers or none of that. I was thinking, and I done watched this man ride down on the project buildings. The drug dealers paying him. The worst thing to do is to pay a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Once you pay him, he coming. He coming back once it's gone. And they was paying him on the low end. Certain motherfucker blocks was paying him. So he was riding around and shit. So now, after he took some money from me, I let that shit go, but I was still complaining about it, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker just took my money. So then, I had robbed the motherfucker for some pounds and some guns. He ride down on me on some training day shit. I need that shit back by tomorrow, or, I'm putting this on you. You hear me? So now I'm running from him, all type of shit, like running from him, hiding from him, moving, Hey, see if you see a police car before I can run to another car and get in the trunk and ride off. You know what I'm saying? Just so I won't get arrested. So then I would try to go to 51st and tell him, like, man, look, this dude. But when I went in there, the dude who I was telling me, like, man, you might as well go ahead on, bro. Just suck that shit up, man, because, you know what I'm saying? He the governor of the low end. And shit, that's what they was calling him, like the governor, bro. And shit, I went to the feds, bro. I went to the motherfucking feds, bro. And straight up, bro. And he was already investigated. He was giving drug dealers the drops. He was working with the hobos, giving them information, telling them who working with law enforcement and everything. About the murder, about the hobo thing, a motherfucker got it all wrong, bro.
So you saw.
I never told on the hobos, bro. I admitted in open court that I had did it to the hobos. That I shot them on everything, bro. I never told them about no hobos, bro. I'm not in their paperwork or none of that. I did the shooting on everything. They asked me about the hobo leader, and what happened that day. I told them that I seen them coming out of our building. We was into it. They told us that we was into it with him, and I chased his ass down and fired him up. You closed the case now. So I closed the case on everything, so nobody else would get into it, in trouble for it, and none of that. I did it. I chased them down on everything. You hear me? Like, for real, I just had to admit that. But I seen that in that motherfucker's time about he told on some murders. No, how I tell on the murder, and I confess, I had to admit my wrongs. You got to do that in court. You just can't go in there and be talking about nobody. You got a criminal record. You got to open that shit up, because the prosecution gonna cross-examine you. They lawyers.
What made you admit to that?
They brought it up. They made me admit to it. I ain't just bring it up. They made me admit to it.
So you can't be charged for that?
Nah, I can't be. They told me before I started talking. The judge told me. The judge let me know.
Wow.
Anything that they ask you, that the prosecutor asks you, right now, you can't be charged for it in the court of the law unless you lie about it.
And you still weren't skeptical though? You still weren't like,
Unless I lie about it. If I lie, then that's perjury.
Man, I mean,
they already know that I did it.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah, they already know that I did it. A motherfucker already in the paperwork, one of the guys and shit. So they already knew that I was part of that shit. They already knew everything, bro. So I just admitted to it. I ain't going to jail for it. They in jail. Like, I did something to them. They ain't do shit to me. So, you hear me? Like, I could go to jail for it. You hear me? That's an attempt.
Oh, the person is still alive?
He in jail, yeah. He in jail.
Oh, so the victim is in jail.
The victim in jail.
On a different case.
On the Hobos RICO.
In the RICO case, yeah. So was that like its own street gang? Was that a faction of like?
Yeah, that was like a faction of different gangs all in one, like a super team.
It was a collective, okay.
Yeah, they was like a super team,
See,
bro.
they were some killers, man.
Yeah, and when I came home, my block was into it with them. I came home from boot camp, and one day we became under fire. I'm like, damn, I'm fresh out of boot camp, up under a comma. Who is that? Man, it's the hobos. Ooh, what the what? I'm educated. So when you say a hobo, I'm thinking about a motherfucker living on the grid, you know, a hobo with the instruments and like I ain't thinking about no motherfucking game, bro. So, you know, it was like, shit, you had to grab a gun, you had to they was coming through. They was extorting people. It wasn't about no, you killed my homie or none of that. It was, man, look, we want $60,000 from y'all. Or they was riding down on everybody, niggas was paying them. But they had the help of Watts. They had Watts with them on everything. They had the police with them to get them the drops on the drug dealers. Man, we need to know where dude stay at. He got a whole bunch of drugs. And Watts will tell him. Watts will do his database or pull him over, get his ID, and now they know where dude stay at and they hitting him. 200,000-300,000, 6 keys, shit like that, bro. Like they was doing their thing, bro. They was doing their thing around this motherfucker. So when I came home, shit, I had seen him coming out the building. I knew he was a threat. I know they was just banging that motherfuckers. You hear me? So shit, I just found opportunity, man.
Man, so around what age was this? Around what age?
This 2007.
I meant to say, I said around what age? Around what age were you?
I probably was 20-something.
Oh, okay, so you were an adult when this happened?
I was an adult when this shit happened. I was an adult.
Was that your first time being in a situation like that?
That was my first, yeah.
So when you was robbing people prior to that, you never got violent?
Man, I never got violent,
People
bro.
never resisted? Ever?
Nope, never. Just up there, bro.
That's how comfortable with sharing.
Yeah, they just gay loyalty. I never hurt nobody. But I never robbed nothing but a gang members, though. Like, I'm taking for drug dealers, bro. I ain't taking from no civilian. On everything. A civilian, bro, they come to court. On everything. They work for their shit. It's a difference between you taking some drugs and you taking a motherfucker who worked all week for their check only for you to take the motherfucker. They going to the police. You can't go to the police and say, I got took for 10 guns. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just smarter, bro. I was just, advanced.